So they have the initiative recommends our mission. So presumably this is the video explaining themselves, and this is on the actual fandom channel. Should have another word than anti-fan base. Yeah, that's very strange. Read the tags. More tags. Nerdrotic. Nerdrotic is toxic. Nerdrotic is weird. Nerdrotic. Nerdrotic is toxic. Nerdrotic is weird. Nerdrotic exposed. Nerdrotic woke. Nerdrotic Deadpool and Wolverine. Nerdrotic is bad. Nerdrotic is great. Is Nerdrotic toxic? Nerdrotic is bad at defending things. Turf Nation. Turf Nation, no one's searching for Turf Nation, brother. Why even? Organized chaos. Organized chaos nerdrotic. Oh, okay. Here's the initiative's mission statement, I believe. This video contains expressions of bigotry of all kinds. Holy fucking shit, I thought this would be a trash day of shit that wouldn't be fun. But this is fucking incredible. Holy shit, we found a Spurg hive. The statements and opinions in this video are not legal allegations, nor are they legally actionable. Just say you can't sue me and then you cannot be sued. This video nor the statements therein are to be taken as license to confront or harass any of the creators, channels, or audiences referenced. Damn, I don't have this guy's permission to confront someone online. Unless specifically stated, those who lend their voice to this video are not members of the fandom initiative and aren't accountable for statements made by members of the initiative. Holy... Proof that Disney films cause damage. These people think they're actual superheroes. If you wish to share your experience with abuse... If you wish to share your experience with abuse from anti-fans, or as a former member of an anti-fandom group, email us fandominitiativewhite@gmail.com. What is anti-fandom? Let's go.
You know, I could talk about why I don't like anti-fandom, but I'd rather talk about why I like the term anti-fandom, because I think it's a really good term.
We asked creators and fans to talk about their experience and thoughts on anti-fandom. Write a really solid definition and present it to us. What is this? So pillar of garbage, who is that? Presumably they're going to be in this. Our associates and collaborators. F Nation, Eric's Reloaded, Forced Adversity, nothing but BM. Pillar of garbage. Pillar of garbage. 137k subs. What does he talk about? Beyond the Grifter verse. Oh, the Tenet Media shit. Okay. Studio Ghibli. Starfield pronouns guy, a retrospective, was he right? What the hell?
Anti-fandom. This movement isn't about fandom or the media. It's...
What is fandom? To me, fandom means the state of being a fanatic, being fanatical for something. Especially blindly fanatical. Like it's really bad, in my opinion. That's like my read on it. I am aware that fandoms online can read more like a kingdom. It is the community of people who are fans, fanatically devoted to, you know, a toy or something you watch on your TV or something like that.
It's about power. It's about brotherhood and ganging up. It's about feeling like you know some big secret, like you're the little guy taking on the big shadowy leftist.
Our associates and collaborators, and then your list of allies, are in the description of this video. You do this. You're doing this right now.
Woke powers. At the end of the day, it's make-believe. It's playing pretend for adults. Or, you know.
This is the fandom initiatives video. This is the anti-fandom mission statement of the fandom initiative.
Man-children. Despite what any of them say, it isn't about fandom. It's contrary to the definition of fandom, which is basically liking things together as a community. The end result of all this is just a vortex of hate and misery, and it's all revolving
Liking things together as a community. That's fucking disgusting.
Around this missing center where the media or the community or the liking should be, and it just isn't.
If fandom is the community of people built around a deep shared appreciation and passion for a thing, why not more neutrally interest? Why my tribe, my people are the people who enjoy this product we're being sold. That's sickening. Literally makes me feel sick. Why not have it be around your interest in something rather than your devotion to what you consume as a thing you like? Who you are is liking this. Why not just, I find these things interesting. Maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. I'm not dedicated to being a worshipper of this thing in order to be accepted, right? You're part of the organic marketing for shit corpos are pumping out. You don't feel weird about that? You don't feel a little bit gross, to use a popular term? Anti-fandom describes the opposite, a community built upon a shared animosity and antagonism of it.
Oh, it's the stunning and dread. Oh my god.
Yeah, based Disney. The anti-Disney community, that rules. Holy shit. Your voice is your power. Fight for your fandoms. Fight for loving toys. Fight for loving in shit-ass cartoons and movies.
This isn't what you'd expect.
No matter how much hate you expect.
No matter how much hate you know you will get.
You are never prepared for how hard it hits you.
This is like some, I don't know, 80s anti-drug PSA.
Hundreds to thousands of people sent to call you names.
Oh my god.
To bully you. To
hundreds of thousands of people all calling you a soy boy. Few can withstand their fury.
intimidate you.
Who cares?
They are sent to hate on you.
Transphobia doesn't exist. Ah! Ah!
And perhaps much worse.
They called me a Zionist. Fracture point. Fracture point. Fracture point. Fracture point. Fracture point. Fracture point. Is everyone in this group lined up on Israel versus Palestine? I would suggest, ooh, that's something you might want to look at. And then if you find a split, you want to find disagreement between at least two larger people and then force them to make statements about it.
This is what happens when you pierce the anti-fandom bubble. It's not fun. Because this soy shit's been so disproven and you love to use it.
It's a nice way of not calling you gay. You know, like in the old way of like people used to say,
let me ask
dude,
you
stop
this,
being
is
so
gay an insult?
What year is it? These people are like a time capsule.
Yeah.
But so
Do you think retard is an insult? My cousin is developmentally challenged, and I respect him, so I'm not insulted. I'd be proud to be a retard.
also not entirely unexpected.
He's a great supporting character and a supporting actor, which is what Diego Luna should be. But of course, Diego Luna has the diversity aspect, and they're pushing identity politics with this. They 100% are.
When you decide to call out these toxic channels for what they are, which is just a cesspool of bigotry.
I got these faggots like responding to Comicsgate elves.
I disavow, unless he's talking in culinary terms.
What's more racist, calling somebody a nigger or doing a lynching?
Where the worst of the toxic community gather.
A white guy will eat
Can you answer that? Can you answer that?
a piece of chicken and be like, that's some good chicken.
Answer the damn question! Whichever one you say is more racist, I won't do. Which one should I do?
The watermelons were good. Black people will eat it and they say, that's some good watermelon.
You'll get pushed back. And even if you think you are ready for it, it'll hit you harder than you expect. when many big studios made it clear that they would be making an effort to be more inclusive with their projects involving more women, people of color, and members of the...
Weren't we denying there was some sort of political agenda before? Is that not something that was happening before, or did I misunderstand the previous video?
LGBTQ plus community? Most people had our reaction. Nice. It's about time.
Yeah. Someone who is gay being in something, you can analyze that politically. That's not necessarily the pushing of an agenda, though. If you believe it is morally correct, or is there a moral imperative for people to because they are gay, because they have a certain skin tone, because whatever else, because they believe there's some XYZ gender, whatever, it is a moral imperative to include them in mass media. That's like quite far beyond simply having someone like that in media. That's its own little baby chunk of ideology. That is an agenda. That is a motivation that is political to include them.
Largely done just because public opinion had shifted so far into supporting this that they can't ignore it. We don't delude ourselves. It's done for money. But it's a step in the right direction. You take the wins where you can and then continue to push for more. But
that's why we have to give Disney more money. Disney did a good thing because it makes them money. That's why everyone has to give them money. And if you don't give them money, you are not incentivizing them to do the right thing, with them having done the right thing already for money. So you are bad for not giving Disney money, right? Surely. Great. Nice.
Not what these
nice position to be in, you moron, you lunatic.
Channels push for. They want art to go in the opposite direction. And make claims like, keep politics out of it, identity politics, PC, SJW, pandering, tokenization.
The message.
Sacrificing story for agenda, or the current grand.
Absurdly subjective. Are you new to film criticism? Are you new? You're gonna deal with critique of creative works and try to discount it because it's subjective?
And catch all woke.
Throw it all away then, you idiot.
The truth is, these are all buzzwords, used to dog whistle and hide their true meaning. And it all boils down to the same thing: hatred of women and minorities.
Hello. I guess I just want to have a little chit chat.
You come on that?
Something that's been on my mind lately. Over cinema.
A fan's zen perspective on anti-fandom. You're out here going on spiritual odysseys about people not liking Disney. Did you do salvia?
Cool reviews of pretty much non-consequential media. I'm not even sure I'll call it cynical, as more bashing. A lot of it's based off of perception of like representation and all that stuff.
Damn. Is representation important? Why is it important? If the media is non-consequential, why is it important for it to have representation? So on and so forth.
You hear these buzzwords and you hear them all the time. Man, just trying to sit down and enjoy something. You know, when you sit there and try to have that experience, it kind of takes you out of it. It kind of ruins the experience. And the truth is, if you look down the road, did your life change?
I don't know what any of this shit is.
Change that much over one show, one movie? No, it's just a moment in time. Thank you.
It's just a moment in time. Like the Atlantic slave trade. Get over it.
They have a memorial to George Floyd.
This is Ryan Kinnell, an alt-right YouTuber.
Wait, no, stop, hold on. Is his premise true? Is his premise that there's a George Floyd memorial? Oh, the joke is it's the Jebediah Springfield statue. Okay.
The perfect example of the most insidious, toxic...
I presume that's what it is, and they don't have an actual...
type of anti-fandom.
George Floyd Memorial!
With Ryan...
I see.
Ryan is Alex Stein, employee of Glenn Beck's Blaze TV and far-right propagandist. Ryan made a lot of videos about the She-Hulk series on Disney+, many of them before the show ever came out.
Oh shit. Content made before a piece of media releases? That is not hyping it up? Unacceptable.
And yet he really only had one thing to say in every video.
Seems like nobody really cares about She-Hulk. To promote a garbage series that nobody gives a fuck about, they're using this character and his reveal, his in-costume reveal, in a show no one cares about to get people excited about a show that no one cares
You're showing me that he's sassy. He's sassy. He's a bitchy queen. I thought you supported gay personalities.
Cares about.
This is not how a fan behaves. It's also not how
This is not how a fan behaves. Jesus Christ. This is behavior unbefitting of a fan.
non-fan behaves. If he's not interested in the show, why does he talk about it so much?
He's clearly interested in it. You can be interested in something and not like it. What is the problem with you? Like, what is wrong with you?
Well, his interest isn't in the show itself. It's how many clicks he can get off of telling people that nobody cares about the show. These YouTubers pump out this repetitive, specifically worded content every day, always focused on anything they can call woke. The effect it has on unsuspecting regular viewers is...
The effect it has on Damn! The unsuspecting viewer clicking, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I clicked on a video called Remove all woke blacks now. Make Star Wars white again. I had no idea. No, I'm racist now. It turned me... Ah!
indoctrination.
Seems like
indoctrinated by repetitive YouTube farmed content.
Nobody really cares about She-Hulk.
They oversimplify the topic. They use emotionally charged and loaded language that...
What happens in the movies themselves? Do they try to hit your emotions? Is it okay for a movie to do, but not for some guy in his bedroom?
Elicits animosity every single...
Towards what? Fucking movie, dude.
...day. This is how the alt-right and the far-right have successfully drawn regular people into their politics for several years now. This content is not age-restricted.
They're using this character in his reveal, his in-costume reveal, in a show no one...
Age restrict a man saying no one cares about She-Hulk. Babies should not see this. They'll be indoctrinated into thinking no one cares about She-Hulk.
...cares about to get people excited about a show that no one cares about.
The more you dive into this, the more you realize...
Do you think, actual fandom, even using alliteration, it's appealing to people in a way that bypasses their rational thought? Why did you use the word predators? You don't think that evokes emotion? Feelings beyond mere clinical, rational thought? You don't think you do that? Yeah, I agree, chat, with the people bringing that point up.
What YouTube has done by allowing the algorithm to push these channels. They've created a pipeline where people who maybe just want to watch their favorite nerd content or just...
Kids who just want to see their wholesome Spider-Man Elsa pregnancy shit scat porn videos end up becoming racist and hating Disney.
Simple movie review can easily be led to some pretty atrocious stuff.
Was it liberating or was it super liberating for you to say the N-word?
These channels give already bigoted people the rhetoric to hide their true thoughts behind fandom.
Can you say it now?
Yeah.
The nigger word? Yeah. Oh God.
Those who...
I'm not understanding that example in line with his point. They give you the language to hide your true thoughts behind fandom. Your example of the language they give you is the N-word. They'll teach you how to say the N-word, and then if you say that, no one will know you're racist. What is even being said and shown here?
Otherwise might not be hateful. It molds their views to the point that they actually think that they're just being logical. When the Little Mermaid trailer released and...
The N-word. It's just logical, libtard. You have to say it.
There was news about backlash to her being cast with a black actress.
News. The racist backlash to The Little Mermaid and Lord of the Rings is exhausting and extremely predictable. Actual fandom. I'm going to have to accuse you of lacking media literacy. This isn't reporting. This is opinion.
Mermaid trailer released, and there was news about backlash to her being cast with a black actress. That's driven by these guys. Anytime a Marvel movie comes out, that's driven by these guys.
Oh. Screen capped at 10 minutes. I was going to say 1.1k views, but after 10 minutes.
Anytime a Marvel movie comes out, these people will say MCU, as if to say that somehow women are taking over and therefore ruining it.
Did he just bake in the it's not happening, but if it is, it's good? As if women are taking over and somehow ruining it. Baked in a couple of the stages. In this video, you made a claim that these studios are focusing on inclusion of people like women, right? You said... what you're saying, they're saying, just minus the ruining it part.
The backlash to the Obi-Wan Kenobi show and the recent Lord of the Rings shows. Data studies connected that backlash to these YouTube channels.
Oh.
And we're not saying that anyone who...
This article contains information about white nationalist groups, racist hate, and anti-Semitism. Who is this?
Data studies connected that backlash to these YouTube channels.
Oh, I need to scroll up. Rewriting Ripley. The hell is that? Right. Rewriting Ripley is a podcast on feminism and fandom in the age of social media. What website is this even on? Music, all writing and editing by Dane AF. Where can I see September 20? Does anyone know what site this is? What site looks like this? Rewriting Ripley. Hello. Thank you very much, spooky, scary Megatrons. Is this it? Oh, they've done a bunch of articles like this. Part 3, have we learned from Gamergate? Okay.
And we're not saying
you were so bad. Look, it's fine. Yada. Hang on. Wait a second. What did this guy just say?
Data studies connected that backlash to
data studies. A podcaster who made a piece about Twitter analysis. What did they mean by Twitter analysis? How did they do this? Show me. Top used words mentioning these usernames compared to top followed accounts by Twitter users. Positive commentary on the show comes from accounts that do not have YouTubers as the top followers. YouTubers lead to people not liking the show. Or, of course, it could be the other way around. The people who don't like it follow the people who also say they don't like it. The people who do like it don't follow them, presumably. All Twitter data was collected using a Python script from GitHub. 58,000 tweets analyzed. Data set analyzed included 1,000 tweets that had number of total engagements exceeding 35 engagements. I'm going to suggest that this is not very valuable, but that's fine. Carry on with the video.
These YouTube channels. And we're not saying that anyone who doesn't like these things is a far-right lunatic. But much of the narratives, often established about a show or a movie long before it even comes out, clearly gets pushed with coordination and intention by these channels.
With coordination? You've given us a conspiracy theory. You need to show evidence of said coordination, that they are working together to do this.
We don't believe that everyone who likes this content is like a slobbering neo-Nazi, and that's the really sinister part of it.
Gamers, I have black friends right now.
The content grabs hold of people and weaponizes their biases, and in many cases, they don't even realize that they're parroting extremist rhetoric. This type of foot-in-door indoctrination has been responsible for some historically tragic outcomes.
Okay.
Representation of anything except white men is framed as an attack on white men, which primes unaware people for toxicity online at best, and at worst, violent action.
The anti-fandom did January 6th. That's what you're going for?
Offline. The man who attacked Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband, was deeply into anti-fandom circles.
Drop the hammer.
Nope.
Hey. What is going on right now?
I'm not getting an answer on comment.
Am I saying that they inspired?
Is that some Wipeout audio? Fucking Hammercore. Why did he make it sound seem so cool?
His violence? No. But when the rhetoric he spewed online is identical to the fandom menace and comics gates,
do you think the Hammerman? Do you think the Hammerman is a reasonable person? Do you think he's reasonable? Do you think his interpretation of online media should be taken as the same interpretation a normal person would have and be influenced in the same way?
Various other satellite groups, when he shares their content to justify openly hateful ideas about media, there's no denying it plays a role.
Motherfucker, you better look outside. You better look out January 6th. Kick that fucking door open.
Right-wing media has pushed the narrative that anyone who acknowledges gay or trans people existing and simply think they should be treated equally is a groomer.
The real conversion therapy that happens in our world today is the kind where a child is converted into LGBT.
And that notion in a short amount of time rose up online to be everywhere.
They're just evil. They're bad people. And they want to groom kids.
It's based on nothing. It's based on nothing but just disgusting.
Nothing? It's not based on nothing. Even most people who argue against these people will not say it's based on literally nothing.
Bias and prejudice. But it's used to dehumanize queer people. These channels use that rhetoric too. The father of the man responsible for the shooting of Club Q in Colorado reportedly was happy at least his son wasn't gay. And that case becomes worse when you see right-wing media figures falsely accuse the victims of Club Q. And that case becomes worse when—
I'm gonna tell you.
Chat is based on nothing.
Chat is indeed based on nothing. Club Q, which one is that?
You see right-wing media figures falsely accuse the victims of Club Q being groomers and thus justify the terrible action the shooter committed there.
Don't really remember it.
That same exact notion is extremely common in fan spaces on YouTube. You probably know
The
who Alex
hijabi gamer? Is this the fandom or the anti-fandom? Oh, it's got D-Day Cobra and the hijabi gamer.
Is extremely common in fan spaces on YouTube. You probably know who
Is she there as you know, an adversarial interlocutor, or do they just have a hijabi amongst them?
Alex Winter is, or at least his character Bill S. Preston Esquire.
I'm Bill.
He's got a documentary coming out in June called The YouTube Effect, about just this phenomenon. The trailer calls this current era the misinformation apocalypse and promises to explore right-wing radicalization on the platform.
I don't agree that it is just a reflection of society. It's changed society.
If we don't figure out this problem, we're gonna lose what it means to be human.
There's a podcast.
If Disney doesn't start making more money on Cape shit, all the gays will be shot.
And a series of investigative reports by a group called Rewriting Ripley, including timeline and data studies, showing the direct links from the fandom menace to far-right media. And when I say far-right, I mean white national.
Is the fandom menace a specific thing, or is he just using flowery language to refer to anti-fandom? Because I'm pretty sure there is a podcast called The Fandom Menace or something like that, or a YouTube channel.
QAnon, open calls for the deaths of LGBT people. We're not just some clickbaiting YouTubers trying to create sensation. These are facts, and they have a serious influence.
Show us the influence.
We've taken the initiative to try to get people to see.
Show me where shitting on Disney movies actually slots in. Show me the line.
The truth in front of our faces.
Bunch of left-wing nut jobs that have to infiltrate every aspect of your life and your business. They need to know what kind of food you eat. They need to determine what type of movies you like. They need to determine who you vote for. They need to determine how you raise your kids. They need to determine what you put into your body. Fuck these left-wing people.
Turf Nation.
These channels aren't actually fan channels upset about politics in their movies.
How much does the Blaze pay you?
Was that Eric July saying that, or was that this guy?
Blaze doesn't pay me that much. I'm only a video
up?
contributor. I only show up every once or twice at the most a week.
I mean, you got your picture. You got your picture on the wall. You must.
Wait, is Eric July actually a Blaze employee?
Must do something for him.
Yeah, because I'm a video contributor. Why wouldn't my picture be on the wall?
They're political channels using movies and fandom to propagate misinformation and hate. Don't let their outward persona of being passionate fans who are simply upset with the current treatment of beloved franchises.
I don't think that they keep saying they're trying to trick you into thinking they don't have a political bent. They don't look like that. Every clip you show me, they're pretty blatantly politically opinionated. They could... None of the things you've shown me saying would they say if they wanted to hide the political angle. Like, it's not... The idea that they're trying to be sneaky doesn't align at all with what you've shown us they'll say publicly. You've shown us over and over again that they're cultural critics.
Franchises fool you.
Does this guy not understand that that's a kind of critique, and it's quite common and quite popular, and that this is what it looks like?
These people are not fans, and it's time to expose them for what they are.
Gonna expose you for not sucking Mickey Mouse's cock. Like Laura Loomer exposing Hawk to a girl for not wanting to suck Trump's cock.
Dangerous. But we can't do this alone. However, we know that taking a stance against anti-fandoms is not an easy thing to do. Each and every one of us has faced our fair share of
It's not easy to love Disney Star Wars.
kickback. Our videos often get bombarded with dislikes, get hate comments, and we...
No! Do dislikes do literally anything? I have made videos for, I believe, over a decade at this point. I literally have no idea what impact. I don't think dislikes have any impact. There was a theory at a time, Hex, that they boost you and count as just neutral engagement. I'm not sure. I don't know. Who cares? Do you see like negative 1,000 on a video and be like, ah, my soul? I don't care if 1,000 people click a thumbs down. I don't care if 10,000 people click a thumbs down. Who gives a fuck? That's it. Seeing a number on my screen that represents people clicking the button of a little thumbs down will never hurt me. It's not hard to face.
See the same disgusting rhetoric that the anti-fandom channels use get recycled over and over and over again.
Kill yourself.
Valid. And while comments like these don't affect me personally because perhaps I am a masochist, I understand that content creators don't want to be subject to this kind of harassment and hate.
It's not harassment.
However, I ask you
might be hate, it's not harassment.
This. Do you truly care about the fandoms that you're a part of? Do you truly care?
No. No, I would not describe myself if you're... Obviously, this isn't directed at me, but no, and I would not consider myself to be part of any fandom.
About movies, TV shows, video games, and other media? And do you care about honest and respectful media criticism and maintain
honest and respectful media criticism? Ultimately, no.
Open spaces where fans can share their passions with each other without having to deal with man babies who cry woke at everything.
Just make a little Discord server and limit who comes in. Open forums for discussion, especially of something like films. Horrible place to be in.
If the answer is yes, then I ask you to not stand idly by and watch as fandoms are ripped apart, and watch buzzwords
fandoms ripped apart. Brother will kill brother. Spreading blood amongst the fans. Killing for Walt Disney, something I don't understand.
Like woke be misused to build resentment towards minorities.
The power word woke misused.
And progressive social movements, all while being disguised as valid media criticism. The people who listen to anti-fandom channels are getting trained to believe that woke is bad, and woke is anything non-white, non-heterosexual, non-cisgender, and non-trans.
Eric July is training you to hate him. Don't fall for it. He comes every time you call him the N-word. It's a sick, twisted game.
Traditional gender roles.
Hey, yeah, all right, let's make fun of these weirdos. Just a show for a bunch of lesbians. That's the only appeal that it has. That obviously just put it in a position because of her status. She's one of those typical pronoun brigade weirdos, puts some mental illnesses and all that shit in her bio and all that. She doubled down on this idea that Vixen was gay. They seem to write these gay characters as predators all the time.
This is a problem that will keep rising if we don't join the fight. This
sounds like a progressive critique. Now, he may have been being disingenuous, I don't know. They seem to be writing these gay characters as predators all the time. That sounds like a progressive critique.
Line for
at face value.
Insanity all begins with seemingly simple media critics like The Critical Drinker, Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kinnell, Mauler, Ethan Van Sciver, Eric July, and many, many more. And I hate to say it, but the honest critic has lost this round. Even if these popular channels get
I give you 2 thumbs down.
Shut down, they'll be laughing all the way to the bank. They've made their money, and that is likely all they care about because evidence supports that these anti-fandom critics are simply grifters exploiting the algorithm to make
evidence supports that these
money.
Exploiting the algorithm. Do you think any of them understand YouTube's algorithm?
Not to sound like a dick, but I just don't care. I mean, there's 400 people watching this stream. If one of them knows my name now that didn't know it before, it's a success for me. At the end of the day, I have tried to build Geeks and Gamers by doing it the structured way, the methodical way, the think it out, prep it, you know, take notes, you know, think about everything you're gonna say, and it fucking failed miserably on me. The day that I started doing what I'm doing right now, which is what you're, you know, having a problem with, is the day that I started becoming successful.
Spontaneity, yeah.
Yeah.
It's common phenomenon. People killing their vibe. You ever see the episode of SpongeBob where he can draw fantastically and then Squidward tries to force him to use traditional technique and it fucks him up like that, essentially. You're gonna have to show me more of this guy for me to accept your characterization because I'm not familiar with him. What you're showing me doesn't actually suggest he's doing what you've said he does.
Why do you feel the need?
Like he could be, you could be right. Actual fandom could be right. He hasn't shown me that he's right.
To call it out all the time.
Call what out?
Representation in media.
What do you mean call it out? Like what is
you make what is the problem with Miles Morales?
Tokenization. That's it. That's simple. I have a long form video explaining exactly what I mean when I say tokenization. And we're talking about race, sexuality, and gender swaps pertaining to these characters.
That doesn't matter. He might not be using a commonly accepted definition, perhaps. I don't know. He's not a grifter if he gets a word wrong. He's explaining to you what he means, right? You can use that definition during a conversation with him. You can disagree that that's a common use and correct definition. It doesn't matter, though.
Miguel O'Hara.
What about him?
What would you define him as?
I define everybody that's not Peter Parker as an unoriginal Peter Parker.
Okay, Eric July seems kind of dumb. Oh, and as I say that, Opsby says it. I'll give you that.
So if you have been depicted a black Batman, you're going to get some backlash. And yeah, some characters have been written decently that are of different races and have suited up in the suit of a hero or a version of that hero. One of the more obvious is Miles Morales as Spider-Man. Now, most of these types of efforts are forced, corny, and lazy, but at least Miles Morales has his own background.
I define everybody that's not Peter Parker as an unoriginal Peter Parker.
This is far better than just simply making Peter Parker a black guy. But Miles is an exception, make no mistake.
So, do you like Miles Morales then?
No.
You got him. It's not quite perfect. There's room for that not to be a weird flip-flop. I'm finding it really hard to care though.
They don't care about the effect they're having, but please don't misunderstand me. These channels are still right-wing.
Yeah, note that he doesn't say that like Miles Morales is perfect. He's saying Miles Morales is exceptional and that he's so much better than the other attempts. Even if he flips though on that, it's not exactly the Andy Pants flip, is it? And it's not even really a flip.
Even far right at that. They still believe that Trump should be president. They still hate progressive politics. They still hate seeing people from any minority play a significant role in their media.
Why is that a problem for fandom? Why is that a problem for fandom? If that's a problem for fandom, might it suggest there is some truth to their suggestion about this media having an agenda behind it? A party politics type agenda?
People are inherently political, despite their appearance of being apolitical fans who just want politics.
They don't have that appearance. I don't believe this guy when he says they try to appear as apolitical fans. Everything I've been shown makes it look like they absolutely do not try to do that. Even down to their thumbnails.
Takes to stay out of their media. However, their content is still disingenuous. They do this almost purely to make money. They don't care about the fandoms they claim to be a part of. They couldn't care less about the media they claim to love. They don't actually want anything to change because if Hollywood stopped—
But if they're politically motivated, then they do care about that media a lot. Which one is it? It's doing the thing again. They only care about money. Hey, they're actually rightoids who care about the message supporting their politics. Do they care or do they not care about it directly? Because the people who suggest inclusion is important, representation is important, they're caring about the work, the product for political purposes as well. But you're not chastising them. You're not calling them anti-fans or anti-fandom. Before we got the victories for DEI, the people on that side would be the anti-fandom shitting on everything, trying to get it to change. They got it to change, so now they're the fandom who like it because it's doing what they want, and the people who previously were in support of it are now the anti-fandom because it's shifted away, and if it shifts again, they'll flip positions again. I think that part is being missed entirely.
Being so-called woke, then these channels would lose their source of income, popularity, and relevance. As fans, they rarely ever talk about the things that they actually enjoy, and on the off chance that they do, it's often to bring down something they hate. These people have no integrity, there's no consistency.
What's wrong with doing that? Is this guy familiar with polemics? You can outline what you like through attacking what you hate. There's actually an art to it. Having critique and hating on something so precisely that you could create a negative image of what you like. Do these people not have any familiarity?
To their ideology or their content, and there doesn't need to be, because it's a mind virus intent on corrupting the brains of the people who watch. Anti-fandoms are detrimental not just to the media and
negative space exists in commentary. You gotta understand.
Fandoms that we love, but also to the outside world and the rhetoric and ideologies they spread. And listen, you don't need to like The Last Jedi. You don't need to love every new MCU movie. You can still think that there are examples.
You just have to admit that they're morally superior.
Of disingenuous diversity from companies aiming to take advantage of political movements that often result in shallow progressivism.
Alright, what do I have to do then?
These things are fine.
What must I do?
We can discuss this respectfully as fans. However,
we can respectfully as fans discuss why you don't like any of this media. What are you talking about? At that point, I'm not a fan.
What these channels spew. The anti-fandom is hateful.
Why do I have to be a fanboy?
They feed on outrage, and they're dangerous. So love us or hate us, one thing is certain, we are not backing down. There needs to be a counter voice to provide an alternative to the voices that dominate these social media platforms.
Dangerous? Yeah, criticizing Disney caused January 6th. We learned this earlier in the video.
So, we've teamed up, Organized Chaos, Actual Fandom, and Turf Nation to provide a real voice to media.
What is up, Turf Nation? I'm here today with JK Rowling.